Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, as we spoke about before, and we have done the tech tree video, we're going to look at 3 premium tanks you should keep in your garage, that you should own and never ever sell. Now, with Wargaming changing premium tanks, and most of them are becoming collectibles, I think is a good thing. A lot of people are thinking that it's because they want to nerf them, etc. I don't think it's that at all. But I think it's going to be better for people, because if you set a premium tank now, you're only getting a little bit of credits, and not a lot of people need credits. What do people need? They need gold. Everyone wants gold. So the fact that you can sell collectors for gold, I think that can only be a good thing, because there's loads of premium tanks in my garage that never ever get played. The IS-2SH, for example, at least soon I can sell it for gold, and it could actually be useful. But these tanks should never be sold, even for gold, because they're good tanks and they're fun tanks. And of course, the first one is the Panzer IV-S. Now, this, of course, is a Tier 6 tank, and to be honest, it's one of the better Tier 6 premium tanks. It's got very good DPM. The armor profile on the turret is actually quite strong. As you're going to see, we're going to bounce quite a lot of shots here. But yeah, I absolutely love the Panzer IV-S. Always have done, and it is one of my favourite Tier 6 tanks in the game. Not just premiums, but Tier 6 tanks. So the Panzer IV-S usually comes for sale for quite cheap. So it's one of those tanks that I'd always recommend. If you do have the gold available, I would always recommend the Panzer IV-S. And even if it does ever become a collectible tank, I would recommend you never to sell this, because it is a fun tank to play. Moving on to the next tank on this list, and we are moving to Tier 7. And of course, it's no other than the Dracula. The Dracula is one of the most fun tanks to play in the game. It's not as OP as it once was, and that's one thing I've tried doing this in this video. I don't want to just pick OP tanks, otherwise the list will literally be the Badger, the XM, and the Object 268. Now, we've taken away Tier 10, and we have taken away Tier 9, because I think, you know, if you've got a Tier 10 premium, you should keep it anyway, because it's Tier 10. We are looking at other tiers. So we've seen a Tier 6, we've now got a Tier 7, and the next tank will be a Tier 8. So yeah, the Dracula, not as OP as it once was, but it's still a fun tank to play. It could be destroyed very easily. But yeah, it's with the speed it's got. The DPM is not great, the accuracy is not great, the penetration is not great, but the speed, and of course the armor's not great. But yeah, it's all about the speed. And if you play 2 Draculas in a platoon, you really can be a force to be reckoned with. And not a lot of people can put up with that, to be honest. It's again, I wouldn't say the tanks are OP now. Again, when they was first in the game, yeah, it was mega OP. This and the Helsing was so much fun, because they were really OP. But I just love the speed of the thing, the acceleration of the thing is amazing, and the fact you've got that 1 second track repair as well to go with that, it is still a good premium tank. It does come for sale usually a little bit more. Well, to be honest, it doesn't come for sale that often, but when it does come for sale, it's either normally in crates, especially over the Halloween time of the year. You might be able to get it in the auction as well. And if you do ever get the tank, you should never sell it. Never sell this tank, because it is an absolutely amazing tank. The fact that you could just go around the map at 60 kilometers per hour, 65 kilometers per hour, and hardly ever stop. You're just rushing around the map. It does make for good fun. It really is. And if you've got 2 of them, then it's double the fun. So the Dracula is still, even to this day, a tank that you should never ever sell. Moving on to Tier 8 and the final tank in this list. And it's, of course, the Action X. Now, I've looked at some premium tanks in Tier 8, and this is what I was doing when I wanted to make the video. Obviously, I had the idea of the video a few weeks ago, and sometimes I'd play a premium tank thinking, right, I've got to add this tank. For example, for this one, instead of the Action X, I actually added the Shark tank, because I love the Shark. The Shark is an amazing tank. And I thought, yep, that's it. That is the tank. I played it, got the footage, and then I went through the list and I thought, oh, Action X, yeah. I think the Action X is a lot more fun than the Shark tank. You can go hold down, you've got the DPM, just everything about it. The look of the tank looks absolutely amazing. It really does. The choice of camouflages that you've got with it as well. And overall, I do think that the Action X is a little bit better than the Shark. The Shark you could probably go hold down a lot better with. But the Action X is, the armor profile on the turret is equally as good, except for you do have that little hatch on top that people can penetrate quite easily. But if you can hide that hatch, then yeah, it is really, really fun. And I'm not just going about on the list either OP tanks or better tanks. I'm overall the general gameplay, like how fun it is. And the Action X is definitely more fun than the Shark tank. So that's why I added the Action X. And again, the DPM of the thing is so good. It really is good. You've got, what, just over a 3-second reload. 4.2 seconds. And if you use the adrenaline, a little bit less than that. If you switch to the premium round, your penetration is really good. It's not bad, and you can penetrate almost anything that comes in front of you. So definitely wanted to add the Action X because it's just an overall better tank and more fun. It looks better. I love the camouflages, the choice of camouflages. I've always loved this one, and yeah, I just think it's fun. You can hold your own against tier 9 as well, and yes, it has the lower alpha and you've got to shoot more, but the best thing about that, if a tank does come in front of you, just track them. Just go for the tracks, because you're going to be able to perma-track these guys. Keep them there without them moving, and just see the frustration on their face when they're unable to move for the entire battle. It's fun. It really is a fun tank, and one of the best tier 8 tanks in the game, and definitely a tank that you should always keep in your garage. The fact that it also comes for sale quite often as well, usually for around 10,000 with the camouflage, which I think is, for what it is actually a really good price, because the Action X, I always go by not price now, but how much you're going to play them. And if you're going to buy a tier 8 tank for 20k gold, but yet you're going to play that every single day of your blitz journey, then it's probably going to be worth it. However, if you spend 50,000 gold on a tier 10, no, sorry, if you spend, say, 10,000 gold on a tier 10 but never going to play it, that's actually a waste of 10,000 gold. So the Action X is going to be a tank that you always play. It's a fun tank to play, very good tank, and when you can get a mastery as easy as I just did there, you should definitely have the tank. And if you do have the tank, never ever sell it. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.